The Northwest Side is very interesting because I think I've heard a lot about the divestment. There's nothing to do over here. There's abandoned buildings. There's not enough opportunities for folks and their families and young folks. But at the same time, like, for it to be barren or desolate or whatever, there's a whole different type of busyness to the Northwest Side. Like, people over here we still making moves. We still got stuff to do. It's popping, don't get it twisted. It's just busy in a very different way. And I think that's because Northwest Side folks have to create our own business. Like, we have to create our own busy. We have to find things to do. We have to find things for our community, and we feel responsible for providing those things for ourselves because the city isn't doing it. And it's enjoyable. I love kicking it over here. Since I moved over here, there's I don't know if it's a pond or what that body of water is, but I always want to hang out at bodies of water and forests. And I also appreciate like finding more about like Black-owned businesses or things that are happening over here. And we're in my favorite Black-owned businesses. That's a part of the reason I wanted to interview here. But Perkins Boyz on the Grill is super dope. It's a soul food restaurant on 68th and Brown Deer. Right up the street from my place and in the parking lot over from where I work, so super convenient. And I believe, I might need to fact check this, but Mr. Perkins' grandchildren run this spot for Mr. Perkins Family Restaurant. And when I tell you this, the food slaps. And as a pescatarian, I don't often have a lot of options. But I know I can come here and get this perch and it's gonna slap every time. I know I can come here and I can get the green beans, it's gonna slap every time. Mac and cheese is gonna slap every time. In addition to the restaurant, they also have an event space right next door that I've been in for a birthday party before. And it's, a really informal hall, but it gives you that, like, you remember family reunions when you were younger and they would rent out a hall, or like repasses when you were younger and they would rent out a hall, and it was the bee's knees. Like, I don't know what it was about that experience, but for me as a kid, the repasses was cracking at the hall, okay? Or like when you had your wedding reception, you would book a hall, and it just gives me that vibe. And so, yeah, dope to see Black-owned businesses thriving over here and creating spaces for us, because these are the spaces that we need when we want to do our block parties or our barbecues or whatever with our communities. So yeah, check out Perkins Boyz on the Grill. I actually do. I feel super safe. And I feel safe hearing about how much other residents on the Northwest Side feel safe. So like, typically I'm on the opposite side of the interview, and I have done so many of these interviews and heard people continue to say, my neighbors look out for me, so I'm good. Little things like when it's icy outside, they throwing down the salt, or like shoveling the snow to make sure I don't bust my tail when I'm walking out of my place. I was able to, when I first moved in, go to my neighbor and ask for a can opener because I didn't have one yet. So like little things like that, hearing those stories and then experiencing it in real time. Like if anything was to happen to me over here, somebody gonna see something and know something to say something. I feel safest when I'm like at some sort of local festival, like Locust Street Days, or like things like that, Garfield Days, things like that is when I feel safest. Even I've noticed when I travel to other cities, I feel safest being around Black folks who are enjoying themselves. And because we're just in such community together. Like we are all smiles, all fun. Hey, you need a plate? Did you get something to eat? It's face painting over there for the kids. It's a dance contest. We giving away a gift card for whatever. Like those types of community events are when I feel safest. And so I just would love to see more of those things happening organically. The African American Roundtable is, I think, the greatest thing to happen to the city of Milwaukee, and I hope to see roundtables like ours, not only across this state, but across like this country. We're focused on Black liberation. We just revamped our mission, which is to organize, transform, and nurture Black leaders to build power for Black liberation. I think the roundtable's lane in that work has been, how do we get more investment in our communities? How do we tell the mayor, tell the city council, tell the people representing us, I don't like the way my streets look. I don't like the poor trash pickup. I don't like that the libraries are closing. This is what I want to see. My community needs more businesses. My community needs a bench at the park or whatever. How do we get that stuff in our communities and empower people to do that work? So the Roundtable is really just here to create some space for folks to learn, develop themselves, transform themselves, and really be the leaders that they are, right? Like to sow into the leadership that's in them, and get what they want, get after what they want in their community, and in their neighborhoods. It's nothing, new, nothing, no secret formula to the work that we do, other than we take our time and we believe in relationships, and we don't believe we have all the answers. And so we work together to get those. But yeah, just trying to build some leaders so that they can get what they deserve.